Welcome to Narrowboat at Gamesville. Hope you're well. Thanks for joining me. Well, it's Saturday today and I have been here for 2 weeks, so I need to move the boat. And Rob and I are going to move down towards the Winkwell. I'll show you on the map where we're going to go. Not that far, but we're obviously heading down towards Rickmansworth. You saw in the last video that Denham Deep Lock is closed, so we can't go any further than that anyway, not till the end of the year. But the plan will be maybe to get as far as Winkwell. We'll see. I've got to sort out a few things on the stern deck, basically bring stuff in from there and kind of just sort out the boat a little bit, make myself some tea. I've got quite a lot of locks to do today, so depending on how far we go, there might be 2, 3, 4 locks. But yeah, Rob and I are doing it together, it'll be all right. The water level's a bit shallow here, so I'm looking forward to kind of leaving. Although hopefully I'm still floating at the moment, but there's been times in the week where it's been touching the bottom. But yeah, should be all right today. So I'm going to go and start up the engine. Haven't started it for 2 weeks, so I'm a little bit, should be all right though. Right, let's get cracking. Okay, so we are currently here just by the Rising Sun pub. Rob is there at the water point, so we're just going to do this nice little bit down here, and then we go here we go. So after the nice little bit in front of us in Berkhamsted, we've then got to go through here. So topside lock, obviously there's a winding hole just there. Make our way down here. I know this stretch a little bit. This bit here is not so nice by sewer lock, but we might end up staying around here overnight. We could go further down to Winkwell, possibly here, but after that, all throughout Hemel Hempstead and like Boxmoor and Hemel, this is not an easy place to get a car anywhere near. And I'm going to need a car near this weekend, and so's Rob. So yeah, I think we're going to maybe end up somewhere either there or there. We'll see how we go, but I don't really fancy the idea of spending too much time by sewer lock. Right, got my boat hook. That lives up there. Right. Alternator's kicked in as well, so it's now charging the batteries. All the solar's doing it as well. Happy days. Got my cup. Got pre-roll. Let's go. Okay, we're ready to go. Feels funny without Rob being here. Luckily, he's only up there. This has been a really nice mooring. My car's parked just there, which poses a bit of a problem for later on this afternoon. But it's been really good, loads of solar, right next to a pub, which I didn't go to once, even though they do something called a free food Friday. I say something, it's pretty obvious what it is. I think it's like chips and stuff at the bar, so should have done that. Yeah, decent that was. Right, so let's see how we get on today. Another lovely canal-side garden there. Look at that. Proper. Oh, so it looks like Rob's already left the water point now. So so that's fine. I don't have to wait for him. He'll be waiting for me at the next lock, I'm guessing. I've got to be careful of these branches. I don't have to take the chimney off because I've got my other phone recording on the bow on a tripod. So if it knocks that off, I'm screwed. Oh, boat coming. Boat reversing. Right, he might be reversing for the water point. He is. Oh, I know this guy. This water point here is right by Greg's. It's a decent spot, that one. Hello mate, you alright? Oh right, there's Rob moored up. Why is he moored up there? The old mill car park, the pub's closed down now, which is a shame. It's right on the end of town. They've never quite made it work. It used to be alright in the late 90s when it was a grunge pub. I think that's the only time it worked. Serving 15-year-olds hooch. Oh, I'm never going to bloody hear him, am I? You alright? Are you coming? Sweet, you all stocked up? Right. Oh man, what, have you got to use your hands to do everything? You got to, really? Oh, like a caveman. Boat's 70 foot, it needs bow thrusters. Ish. Doesn't need them there. That's funny. On the Jeremy Vine show this week, and for those of you not in the UK, he's a presenter on Radio 2, does like a phone-in show at lunchtime. And he's talking about people that have got red phone boxes in their gardens and what they're used for and what people have done with them. This house here have got one. Ofcom have basically told BT to keep them all going now, but loads of them they got rid of in like, I don't know, 90s or whatever. There you go, you see it now. Iconic red phone boxes. First one was in 1922. It's amazing. Now most of them are defibrillators. Easy for me to say. There's another house there on the Canal-side for sale with Oakleys. Right, blind bend. Off. Proper. Bridge 143. Right, I can see the lock now. I think I can see someone coming through it. Rob's boat's massive. Wow. A few people commented when I last showed his boat that it was sitting quite low at the back. And it was a useful thing to comment on because he obviously saw the comments and lo and behold it was. The main reason is his water tank was completely empty at the time, so obviously that will level it out a bit when he fills it up, which he's just done. The other thing is he's got like 1 million 48-volt batteries in the back, so I think one of his plans is to sort that mess out. I'll show you on board one day. It's well nice. It's no slow patrol, but this boat coming up have just told me that the pound that we're about to go into is really low. It's 2 foot lower than it should be. So, well, I guess we just have to give it a go. I mean, I guess the worst that happens is that you ground the boat, and we could possibly let some water through, but I don't think it's the biggest pound. This pound here that we've just come down is a damn sight bigger, so, and this one's not low, so we might be able to do it that way. We'll have to see what Rob thinks. It's not a traditional boat you see on the canals. Right, we're going to give this a go. We should be alright. Stick to the middle of the channel. What could go wrong? Rob's boat literally only just fits in, so it's touching the front gate or the bottom gate, and at the back, well, it doesn't look so bad, but when it's, consider my gap I've got between the sill, his is considerably bigger. Anyway, it's not about that ish. Well, that's the first lock dealt with ish. I dropped my centre line. Luckily my centre line's not long enough to reach the prop, so I wasn't really worried about it. The boat couldn't go anywhere. I don't know what's happened on there. Definitely got something wrapped around the prop. And this is not a bit comfortable doing it in. I think it may have freed itself. Yes, it's pretty low here. Maybe 2 foot lower, 3 foot lower than it should be. In fairness, there's still plenty of water, certainly on this side. You can't see the bank on that side, but on this side the bank's all exposed. Low this is. How much of that bank is exposed? It's amazing. Right, Serafina is just sitting there for a bit, and looks like there's 2 boats coming through. So I'm just going to be keeping an eye on everything here, because as that lock fills and this pound drains, what, 100,000 gallons or whatever it is, you can see how exposed it is. It's definitely 2 foot down. That's a nice little setup, isn't it? Yeah, it's my kind of thing. Rob's just pulled that red bucket out of the lock, and obviously I was having propulsion problems, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not, but Rob's just staying put on this rather fine house. And there's someone wearing a like proper life vest and stuff, so it looks all official. Anyway, they're sorting out the lock. I'm going to keep an eye on this boat. So as they're filling up the lock, I've kept my boat away from the edge so it doesn't grind out. But you'll see on that side there how it's dropped, because it's now exposed the shallows on that side. Touch and go. Here we are at the bottom side lock. It's all quite nice round here. Both boats are doing well. I've kind of tilted my solar panels a bit more like that, so it gets a bit more of the sun, or, well, not that there is any today. Now just looking down here, doesn't look too bad down there for solar. That boat there is Paul, that I came down with through Dudswell and Cow Roast. Looks like he's on board. But yeah, down there trees look all right, kind of, yeah, that might be okay. See how we're getting on for time. Oh, I just saw it happen in slow motion. Rob's just dropped his phone over. I'm kind of keeping my eyes to exactly where it was, so I'm not budging. He's got Elizabeth trying to run around and do stuff. Oh, blimey, I wasn't expecting that. Right, it's back, mate. Oh, I was not expecting that. Blimey. Right, I better tie up, leave. Oh, I'm glad I got this on Jesus. See, he's got one of those steps on his boat. All right, I better not pull mine too far back. Oh my God, this is not what I expected to be doing today. Right, let's move the. Right, let's hold this boat here. Oh, Jesus. Hang on. Right, he's trying to feel it with his feet. No, further this way. Just keeping one eye on the boat to make sure he doesn't get crushed by probably a combined weight of 30 tons. He's South African, I think he's used to kind of open water. No, back this way, mate, a little bit. Good job he's tall. He's going to have a shower after this. He's a military man, so he's doing this inch by inch, gripping with his toes. It's quite impressive, to be honest. I don't know what's more entertaining, the dog's going ballistic, or Rob trying to find the boat in all the silt. I shouldn't be laughing, but what else can you do? I mean, apart from standing and filming, I'm not getting in it, that's for sure. He's got 2 showers on board. Mate, feel around with your hands. Go on. Deep breath. Oh, there he is. Oh, no such luck. I'm going to stop the engine, and whilst young Rob is in the... Mate, can you come and check mine?
Yeah, I'm just going to get a knife.
All right, okay. There you go, the show's got everything. So, yeah, when I went through the last vlog, I thought that I had something maybe caught around my prop, and instead of getting this up and everything, I sent in Rob whilst he's wet. It's lucky you got one of those steps on your boat. That step there, that's a new addition in regulations, that is. See, mine, if I was in the water, it'd be harder for me to get myself out, whereas Rob's got that step, both sides. It's good. Well, it's 2:30 now. Rob is finished swimming. Didn't find his phone, but managed to get some rope off his prop and double check that there's nothing around my prop, so that was rather useful. But because of the timing, we are now going to moor up basically just in front of Pool down there. It looks like there might be Armco down there, so that's rather handy. As I said, I don't think the solar's going to be too bad. Then I can run back and get the car, and Rob can have a shower. That's the plan. Well, we're all moored up again. So there's my mate Paul, there's mine, and there's Rob. So we're about a 25-30 minute walk from Berkhamsted, from where the cars are anyway. So gonna kind of go back up that way, get the car, and then I've got to go and pick up the kids. So it's all been a bit of a race against time, certainly with that little wild swimming that Rob wanted to do. But he's I gave him my cup of tea, which as an Englishman is well, no easy thing, but I gave him that because it was instant hotness for him, instant heat. He's pretty cold though. He's had a shower, he's warmed up, he's seen the funny side of it. All you can do is laugh. So and get a new phone. Right, let's head to the car. Well, after some eventful day, I'm back on the boat, and this is nice. I've got the kids on board tonight, so got some bits and pieces of theirs there. They're not actually on board, that's why it's nice and quiet. They're on Rob's boat, so let's go over there and see them. Well, this bodes well. Granted, I'm sitting outside, so it's kind of easier for me. But this is lovely. The kids have they're all mucking around. They're playing Uno, and they're talking about unicorns and Roblox. But they've all got on really well, which is lovely. Every now and then, Rob kind of glances down, and he's kind of like this look of pride on his face.
Why don't you teach everybody how to play pit?
Oh yes, Pete, we can play with people. Oh my goodness, yeah! Yeah, Daddy. Daddy.
Yeah?
This is actually brilliant, a lot better than Grandma's.
When I wake up, I'm gonna come onto your bed.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, there's more than enough room. Yeah, you can sleep. You can come here. There's more than enough room for tomorrow morning.
Well, you can sit up there and have your pancakes and Nutella if you like.
Hey, Daddy.
Yeah?
Even though it doesn't look like it, there's enough space for me and Flo to sleep up here.
What, on the top bunk?
Yeah.
Excellent news. Right, you guys go to sleep. It's very late now.
Yeah, 11.
Yeah. Night night, Babas. Love you. Well, a bit of an eventful weekend all in all. The cruise on Saturday was kind of cut short by Rob's wild swimming adventures. Sadly, he didn't get his phone, which is a bit annoying. So kind of all that cold and drama kind of to no avail. Kind of makes you think though, when something drops in the water, obviously it doesn't just fall straight down as to where it went in, it kind of bobbles around like that. Locks are pretty turbulent areas to be. I was surprised that it was 6 foot, you know, Rob's 6 foot something or other, and it was kind of up to his chin. So when the lock was at its lowest, it still had 6 foot, you know, underneath it. So it's still quite deep. Surprised by how deep it was. But yeah, really annoying for him that he's lost his phone. But as I said, he's kind of found the funny side of it. He wanted me to inform you that in his own mind, in the split second that he decided in order to jump in, he carried out a risk assessment. I think basically that entails turning his engine off and putting his swimming trunks on. But that's what he did. Halfway through, he shouted to his daughter to put the kettle on and turn the heating on and turn the hot water on and stuff, because he realised it was getting cold quite quickly. From looking at the footage, I mean, he changed colour. He went in like you know, his normal colour and kind of came out purple. He said it was really, really cold. I don't doubt that for a moment. He was shivering for the next kind of couple hours. We had a nice walk down to get the cars, so you know, he kind of warmed up a bit. As I said, I kind of reluctantly gave him my tea, but yeah, it was some ordeal. Bless him. I wouldn't have done it. Not a chance. Firstly, I'm way too short, so I couldn't have even done it anyway. But I don't know. I don't fancy the look of that at all. But anyway, he'll get himself a new phone. Nothing's lost really, so that's good. And obviously having the kids on board last night was a bit of a surprise. I didn't really think that was going to happen. And Arthur was a little bit reluctant, shall we say. He changed his mind. I didn't kind of like, you know, put any pressure on him. He just changed his mind and decided to come along. And he was really relieved that he did. I'm really relieved that he did. But more importantly, the fact that they all enjoyed themselves was just great. I mean, Ava's pretty fine anywhere, but the twins, you know, it was just important for me that they enjoyed it and that the boat becomes somewhere that they want to come, as opposed to just going to grandma's, which you know, is lovely, but yeah, this is my home and this is where they should be. So the fact they want to be here is great. They weren't here for very long. They didn't see the best of it by any shot, so we haven't been out cruising. They haven't seen it in daylight really, in a nice mooring and just mucking around and doing fishing and just, you know, normal stuff like that and cooking meals. So the best is still yet to come. So yeah, for a first adventure it was great, and obviously all the kids got on really well, which is nice. So yeah, it's all good. We're going to be here for maybe a week or something. Next weekend both Rob and I are without kids, so we might move the boat a bit further down towards, well, kind of Watford way. Might get towards Rickmansworth still for Christmas is the plan. There's some nice bits and some less than nice bits between us and Rickmansworth. So Castleberry's lovely. The bit underneath the M25 is not lovely. So we'll work out our passage. Obviously we both need cars, so we have to kind of bear that in mind. And this is probably the furthest limit I'd want to be without from the car, because obviously it's about a 5-6 minute walk at the moment down a muddy towpath. So I have a spare pair of shoes in the car for work, so I've kind of got my towpath shoes back and forth. But yeah, this is about as far as I want to go. I've got to slap my laptop and everything like that. So, but yeah, it's a lovely morning here. Quite happy with it. And now Fur Bob's moved down to in front of Rob, so we're now 4 of us in a line, which is great. So yeah, happy days. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye bye.